Hey, I'm Marco Keach. I'm here with Christine Denaro. And Christine is an incredible client at No Limits, and she's got a really interesting story. We were talking before we recorded some really fascinating things that she's gone through, some amazing results, the environment. She's got all these things to really share, and I just want to get that and have her talk about that. So, Christine, thank you so much for taking the time out today to come on and share your story. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right, so let's dive in. Let's get the background info so people know where you're coming from. So before we recorded, you had a pretty interesting story. So I kind of want you to jump into it. I want you to tell everybody basically what your big thing was, that was the struggle and the issue that you were having before you signed up and started training there.
Oh, before I came here, like we discussed, I'm a cancer survivor. And due to the cancer treatment, it put me in menopause a lot sooner than what's normal for women. And because of that, I started to gain weight rapidly. And uh, I wasn't able to lose it. So with that weight gain, coupled with I had breast cancer, coupled with those issues, I just felt like I lost my femininity.
Mm,
If I said that correctly.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
um, and I also struggled with depression, um, and my depression was getting worse. Um, and I was home feeling sorry for myself, scrolling through Facebook, and I saw an ad for No Limits Fitness. Mike was running a special, and it popped up on my news feed for a boot camp for a reasonable price. And I don't know. I don't know what prompted me to call, but I did. Um, and I came to that boot camp, and I stuck it out for a couple of weeks, and I left. And I went back home feeling sorry for myself. Um, and again, I don't know what prompted me to come back, but um, I just had a voice that said, that told me I needed to come
mm-hmm.
back here, and I did. And from that point on, from January 2016, um, I've been totally committed, and I've been
Yeah.
coming ever since.
So once you've come back, right? Obviously there was a big emotional thing. You'd gone through a lot. So right,
Mhm.
and you put the weight on. There's frustration. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna do something to change my life. Leave.
Yes.
You come back. Now that you've come back, tell me about what it is tell me about the atmosphere of the place. Like, what is it that is really kept you there? We'll get to the results in a minute, but tell me about the atmosphere and what it's like being a part of this place.
Oh, the atmosphere it's wonderful. It's real. Um, it's welcoming. It's supportive. The coaches have a passion for fitness, and they want everyone to succeed. They're encouraging, and they're empathetic and compassionate. There's no judgments. Um, there's no pretentiousness.
Mhm.
Um, I Oh, I could go on and on about the
Well,
supportive atmosphere.
you've done some training stuff in the past, I'm guessing, or have you
I
tried
have.
other places?
I did.
Okay,
And I
so
never stuck it out. I never stuck it out longer than 30 days. And then that's 30 days is being generous. Um,
okay,
I'll
yeah.
be 49 in a few weeks, and I've been joining gyms since I was in my 20s. um,
What is it that's kept you here? Like, what is it about this place?
the structure. I like the structure here. We come in, there's a set time for classes. When we get here, there's um, um, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a schedule to follow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is the atmosphere, the people, are you talking about, they're supportive, they're encouraging? So it leads me to think that in a way it's kind of like a second family.
it is. Well, yes, it is. I have my children at home, and it is definitely like my second family.
Hmm. Okay. And so with that second family comes like the support, the encouragement. Is there a social side of it that maybe you hadn't expected that ended up, I guess, since being a part of it?
I've made some wonderful friends here too. Part of of my depression is I tend to, I tended to hold myself up in my home, um, cut myself off from everybody. But here, everyone is so welcoming, and I've created some wonderful friendships that carries outside the gym.
Did you expect that would happen?
I No, no,
No.
not
So
at all.
that's a pretty good perk.
Yes,
Okay.
for me it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you feel pretty comfortable there, so I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
And is it the kind of place where it's supportive, encouraging, like anybody can come in and do it, right? Because everybody's different shapes, sizes, ability levels. Is this something that pretty much will cater to those people?
Exactly. Yes. When I first started coming here, I never got physically sick, but I felt sick. The workouts were very intense.
Hmm.
My body wasn't used to it. It's one of the reasons why I left initially. I couldn't move for days.
Right.
Um, and I was so out of shape, and I was still very insecure in myself. Um,
But did they
but I
modify
kept
things eventually?
they
Yeah.
modify things, and you go at your own pace. Sure, there's going to be people that can keep up and are stronger, and um, but I try not to compare myself to the other. I don't compete with anybody else. I compete with myself, and I get stronger every day.
But
And
I'm guessing, right? With this, you're talking about supportive and encouragement before, right? There's nobody, they're not putting you down or anything
Not at
like that.
all.
Like it's like
No,
if someone's at a much higher level than somebody else, they're not going to sit there. They're not going to make fun of you or anything, right? They're
not
actually
at
going to
all.
encourage you to kind of just keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've got that. You've got the support. You have the family atmosphere, the modifications. So anybody can basically do it, is kind of what you're saying. They'll modify it
Yes.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so as you've gone through this, right, you felt comfortable. You'd mentioned some of the depression stuff, some of the issues before. So I want to actually dive into the results that you've seen. So fill me in. What have you seen there physically, emotionally? What have the benefits been?
Oh my goodness. When I first got here, I couldn't do a push-up.
Hmm.
It was humiliating. When I first started coming here, I through one of our workouts, one of the exercises, it was push-ups, and I couldn't do it, and I started to break down. I started to cry, and one of the coaches, a beautiful human being, just kneeled down beside me, helped me to showed me how to modify the push-up so I would be able to do it. Um, Now I can do push-ups. Um, I'm working on pull-ups even.
Hmm.
I still have some practice. Um, my stamina has improved. Um, of course, my physical fitness. I lost 20 pounds that I was never able to lose before. Um, Emotionally, I feel wonderful. My attitude. I'm a more positive person, and I definitely attribute that to um, exercise. Um,
Has this helped, the positive side, but has this helped the depressive side of things?
it has. I no longer have those depressive episodes. And again, of course, I feel sad sometimes, but I snap myself out of it, or I come to the gym,
Hmm.
I exercise, and I immediately feel better.
Hmm.
Um, not to get too personal, but basically, what prompted me to do something to change prior to coming to no limits. I was hospitalized for depression. I was on suicide watch. That was the um, changing point right there. I knew I had to do something, and I didn't know what it was, but
Hmm.
found that exercise is it.
Yeah.
And here I joined another gym prior to coming to No Limits, but it didn't work out for me because there was no structure. I
Right.
would go, I didn't feel comfortable. I would walk on the treadmill, but I just didn't feel like it was doing anything for me. It wasn't until I came here. So this gym is perfect for me. Might not be perfect for everyone, but it's perfect for me.
And I'm guessing too, along with this, right, as you've gone through, it's helped the emotional state in terms of maybe stress levels, right? So like really, you have a stressful day. Have you noticed those things? Like you can actually handle some of those things better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I feel
enter.
like a new person.
Yeah.
I wish I did this 20 years ago,
Mm,
30 years ago,
yeah. And,
but that's okay.
yep. And you're a lot happier now, it seems
A lot
like.
happier.
Okay. So you've got the physical side of things, right? And I'm guessing too, right? You're talking about you couldn't do push up before.
Couldn't do a push up. Couldn't do
Are
a push up.
are there things now that you could do that you didn't think you'd be able to do?
Oh my God. So many things. I can do push ups. I mean, I can't do 50 of them. I can
Hmm.
maybe do 10, but that's okay. I'm okay with 10
Yep.
push ups.
That's 10 times
Um,
better than what you were doing before, right?
Exactly, exactly. And God, that feeling of accomplishment, when I think about it, it's so exciting when I came here and I couldn't do a push up or a burpee. A burpee. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Now, now I can do burpees and I can do them in succession. I might have
Hmm.
been able to do one and then I'd be out of breath and be like, oh, enough of this. But now I can do 20 of them.
Wow.
Um,
So
it's just incredible.
so obviously the physical side of things is huge, right? But also the emotional side, which basically runs and controls everything else. You've made such massive changes through this.
Yes.
How does this make you feel knowing that you've made these changes and found that stuff that you really were looking for?
Oh, again, I wish I did this 20 years
Yeah.
ago. But I try not to think about the past. I try to focus on the future and I try to be better each day than I was yesterday.
Hmm.
So I just keep putting one foot in front of the other
Right.
and everything is falling into place beautifully. I'll forever be grateful for the trainers here who never gave up on me, who helped me to feel like um, a part of, because I never really felt included anywhere. This is the
Right.
first time
Yeah.
in a long time that I felt a part of.
Mm. And
So
this.
again, a lot of my reasons are personal,
And
but
so
but it works for me.
it's been life changing for you, it sounds like in
Mhm.
every part of your life.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's say there's somebody who's in a very similar situation that you were in before you got here. Let's say they may have some of the same things they're struggling with, and they're hearing your story and they're interested in No Limits and they're wondering about it, but they're on the fence. They're not sure if this is the right place for them or if this is going to help them. What would you want to say to that person to kind of push them over the edge and maybe let them know that this is the right place?
I would give them my phone number and have them call me, and I will go with them.
Mm.
I will stand beside them every step of the way. Um, Everyone here will. Um, I would tell them that they're worth it. They're worth it. To think that just over a year ago, I wanted to end my life. Um, oh, God, we're worth it. You're worth it.
Awesome. Okay.
Give it a chance. Give
All right.
yourself a
And
chance.
you know what? I think by you sharing your story here, whether you realize it or not, it's actually going to help those people who are afraid to talk about it, who are struggling in the shadows, who are dealing with the health, physical side of things, the emotional side of things. So I give you a lot of credit for coming on here and bearing your soul, and I really appreciate it. And I just want to wish you the best of luck with everything moving forward.
Thank you so much, Eric.
All right, you take care.
Okay, you too.